I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your Bullish Bit, brought to you by bitrefill.com, your one-stop shop to live on Bitcoin and Lightning. They've got all the best gift cards, things like Amazon, Apple, Best Buy, Airbnb, Uber, and much more. You can even do hotel bookings, you can do all of your travel, and you can now grab prepaid MasterCards as long as you have a US address that you can input. Check them out today, bitrefill.com. Links are down below to sign up now.
I think most of the small currencies in the world are going to die in like the next maybe 5 years.
Yep.
And
that soon.
Yeah. And when think about it, like we've got these regions already, like the CFA region, there's a big part of Latin America that's all on the US dollar. I think that countries are going to be forced with situations very quickly, and maybe like global markets might not see it because we've got those official exchange rates going there. But when the street rate goes so badly, it's getting to a point where that currency is just about ready for collapse. Argentina is a good example where they, for the, fifth time or something like that in the last 30 years, have reached the point of currency collapse, and they've got a new IMF bailout. And the interesting thing in that bailout is that it includes a bunch of anti-Bitcoin regulations. It's they're essentially making it harder for Argentinians to buy Bitcoin, and I think that that's a pretty interesting detail because it's kind of like the first point where they're realizing this is a threat to this pillaging system that we've got. Essentially, that's essentially what's happening, right? And you mentioned all those countries essentially being looted by the French for however long. When they print money, like when they print Canadian dollars, we're all being stolen from, in the sense that our purchasing power is going down. And when more currencies around the world die, these little countries have basically been using their monetary policy to spend money and make up for the lack of restraint in their fiscal policies. As they lose the ability to use that monetary policy as a tool to keep spending, now they've got a choice. They've got to go somewhere. And I think a lot of them are going to go to regional currencies, like what we're seeing between the euro, the US zone, sort of the different regions like this. And what expanding your currency to another country accomplishes is now you can steal from their population too. They've been very blatant with that, obviously, in sort of that East African zone where the franc, or whatever used to be the franc, is used. And I think that's what they're expanding towards right now. And the choice is going to be between a regional one and Bitcoin. Yeah. And so if Bitcoin becomes a viable option, and it's not just does the government see it as viable, it's like when you get into those situations where nobody's willing to accept the national currency at face value, does Bitcoin become the thing that people run to? And if there's a bank run and Bitcoin happens to be the next most trusted form of currency in the country, I guess that's what people are going to run to. The countries that run to Bitcoin first probably will end up as the richest countries in the world somewhat fairly permanently, because they will accumulate Bitcoins at a rate that those who come later simply can never match.